Hi Letty. So I'm going to show you through this brief video, sorry there's sound in my background, on how to take a current PowerPoint and get it ready for your next Cafe Azteca. So right now I went to my Google Drive and I went to the slides and I opened up the last Cafe Azteca presentation that we had, which was September 17th. I opened it up in Google Slides because it comes out as a PowerPoint from Microsoft Word, I think, and it says open as Google Slides, and now I have it open. So I don't want to change anything on this one. What I'm going to do is I'm going to file and make a copy of the entire presentation. That way it copies everything and opens it up in a new window. But I'm going to change this title to our upcoming Cafe Azteca date. That way I know that I'm working on Cafe Azteca number 3. Yeah, that sounds good. Cafe Azteca number 3, 2021. And I'm saving it in my drive, and it's a PowerPoint, and I'm just going to hit OK. And it's going to open up a new tab with the new Cafe Azteca PowerPoint presentation. So it's going to take a while for some reason because my computer is slow. I need to delete some documents. So as it loads, who knows, maybe it's real time for you too. Your computer, I think you mentioned, is quite as slow as well. So it's loading. Okay, so we know it's Cafe Azteca number 3, the title that we just gave it. And we see the document. The first slide is from our last Cafe Azteca presentation. So now that we created the copy, we can work off of this one. And don't be scared to accidentally delete anything or you lost a slide because the original still exists under Cafe Azteca number 2. And you can always copy a slide that you want to use and you just want to update it. You can always copy it and paste it onto the new presentation slide that you're working on. So, sorry, it is actually really slow. Okay, so you see here it's loading on this side all of the preview slides that you have going on. And on here, we have the timer on top, Cafe Azteca as a high school, the image, September 17, 2020, Opal from 211 LA. So we're going to click the slide, touch the screen. If it lets me, there we go. So the next Cafe Azteca is actually October 1st. So I'm just going to delete the 7 and type in October. And I'm just going to put OCT because October is pretty long spelling and it might not fit on the screen. October. My hands type too fast. And then it's going to be think together and maybe some FAFSA information. So I'm just going to put think together just to be sure. Because we know for sure that think together is going to have information there. We can put think together and updates. Okay. So basically, after typing in the title of what your next Cafe Azteca is, you're just going to go to the next slide and check out the agenda, update the agenda to what you think the topics that we're going to present will be. So usually everything stays the same, like the norm for the virtual meeting is always going to be there. The admin welcome page, I think it's nice to be there because we see our admin team and their contact information instead of at the end. And then we're going to change out 211 LA and put Think Together slide. I'm going to see if there's some resources we can keep in. If Karina sends you a FAFSA slide, we can put questions about FAFSA or info about FAFSA. And then we're going to leave the questions and answers slide. We're going to leave the 9th grade service slide. We're going to leave the meeting updates because that's all information we're going to share. So we're leaving the norms for the virtual meeting slide. There's nothing to change here. There's nothing to change about the welcome here, or welcome from our principals. Maybe if we want to change that. So now we can remove these slides from what were Opal's presentation because this is a new presentation. We're going to left click our mouse. I'm sure you know this. And we're going to, we can either put in a new slide, which will be the Think Together stuff, which we do want to do. We want to leave a space for Think Together. But that's our slide that we want to delete is still here. So we're just going to click that slide. And where is the remove a slide? What we can do is just click it and hit the delete on our keyboard. Hopefully that does it. Yep, and that did it. So we deleted it from our keyboard with the delete button on our keyboard. And I'm going to give Think Together, I think maybe 2 slides. If that works for them, I'm going to create a new slide here. I'm going to delete this Think Together slide. Or we can keep it and add it as a resource slide. That might be a cool idea. So let's click on the slide. My finger is still on the mouse, holding it down, and I'm going to move it. You see how there's an orange thing? I'm moving the slide down 1, and I'm releasing the mouse, and that slide should move down. There we go. So back here, I don't want to make this video too long. I'm just going to type in Think Together, and then I'm going to, when I send Julie when I share the presentation with her, she's going to know that this is her slide and she can add information here. And that this is her slide and that she can add information here as well. Together, Think Together. And you see this little blue dot right here? This is the original format of this presentation. And all the other slides have the Aztec. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to a slide that has the Aztec. I'm going to click on the Aztec and it's highlighting. So I'm going to left click my mouse and I'm going to copy that Aztec. And I'm going to go to the slides that don't have it. And I'm going to add it right there. Julie doesn't have to have it. I'm going to left click my mouse and I'm going to paste. But just so she knows that it can be there. I'm going to go to the next one, left click on the mouse, and I'm going to paste. And there's the Aztec. So here's a couple slides for Julie. I'm going to click in the middle right here. Believe it or not, you can click it and the little orange line comes out, and I'm going to right click so the option comes out, and I'm going to insert a new slide. And I'm going to add, since I had previously copy and pasted the Aztec, that means I can click over here, right click and paste again, and the Aztec's going to come up. Now I'm going to add a title to this slide, and it's gonna be FAFSA. In case Karina sends you the information, we can add, she can put her stuff here on this slide, or she can insert, copy and paste her slide from her PowerPoint onto this presentation. If she doesn't, that's okay. Maybe she can send you over just key dates to remember. And I know Miss Pegorori had a list of things students need, like documents that they need or have ready when filling out their application information. So maybe we can add that list here. Just depends on what information we have available. Okay, so then the next slides, according to our agenda, would be like any resources. So I'm going to review this and see what updated resources there are. If we need to change 211, we want to add 211 or change the slide. Maybe I like the other slide that I had deleted. No worries, I'll just go to the old presentation and use it over here. I really hope you see everything that I've made. So here's some other resources on slide 9. Here's some other resources on slide 10. Here's the survey I'm going to keep. Questions and answers I'm going to keep. I'm going to put Julie with Think Together. I'm going to put Julie's information here. And maybe this picture, I want to change it out. So I'm going to touch it with the left side of the mouse. And up here it says insert image. So I'm just going to upload from my computer. If they sent me one and I saved it and downloaded it to my computer, or if it's in my drive, or if they have it and they just want to copy and paste it, their picture here. Here we also have a text box. Once we click here, you see how it's highlighted? That means it's in use, and we have this little thing. It means that if you want to add like a out of place text here, but it doesn't naturally do it with the paragraph settings, you can just create a text box and type what you want here. And then, of course, you can change the size of it or the type of font, all things you know. Underline, block, bolding it. Here we can insert a link, so we can highlight this, hit insert a link if you didn't know. And what I highlighted, these words, even though they're spelled wrong, I can make it www.azusa.org, and it's going to create a hyperlink. So the link comes up, and I'm going to select it, HTTPS. I'm going to apply it. So now if you were reading this and you weren't presenting it and you click it, you can go straight to the link and it's going to open up for you, see? Or you can unlink it by removing the link and it won't go to the website. So I just created that out of thin air. And it doesn't even say azusa.org. So just something if you didn't know. I'm going to select this box and I'm going to right click it and delete it by hitting the backspace key, and it's gone, no longer exists. So we can insert pictures, we can insert shapes, just different little things. So I'm going to stop it here because it might be a little too long of a video already, and I'm going to share this. See, it's locked right now. I'm going to share this with you. Loading, loading, loading. Probably been talking for 20 minutes, and I only wanted this to be a 5-minute video. Loading, loading, loading. Come on. Wow, this should not take that long. Anyways, it's going to open up share and it's going to have you insert the email addresses that you want to share to. And then it will ask you if you want to leave a little message, like an email message. There you go. And then you can even copy the link and share it. So I'm going to share it to L.E. Enriquez. Email pops up. Got it. And I'm going to share it to Julie. Oops. There we go. Julie gets think together. And I want them to be editors. I want you and Julie to be editors, meaning that you'll be able to open it and actually add in stuff, remove stuff, everything. If I didn't want you to do that, I would put you as a viewer so you can see the PowerPoint, but you wouldn't be able to add or remove or touch anything on the PowerPoint. And then the commenter option is to just add comments on the side of what you think should be removed or edited. So I'm going to say, hello, ladies. Please see the PowerPoint for October 1st and oops, and add any slides or info you may need for your presentation. Oops, we're still typing. I added that here. So I don't know where your presentation. Cut that, Control X, and then paste it, Control V. There we go. I'm gonna put October 4. Oops, still count. Thank you. I will be working on the Spanish version and will send your way as well. Okay, so it's going to be inserted there. Please see the PowerPoint. Add any slides or info you may need for your presentation. Thank you. I'll be working on the Spanish version. I will send your way as well. Okay, so I'm going to send that. And now, once it's sent, you and Julie will have a copy of this and you'll be able to edit it. And actually, it would be the same version. We'll be all working on the same document, which is fine. Because if you make a mistake, we can just go back and fix it. It's no big deal. So I'm just going to end the video here and we can review it with any more questions.